Hello, everybody. We are live today. My name is Alan Roberts. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to talk about Kiana Docherty's Ozempic influencers must go, and I'm going to do an anger translation because Kiana, who by the way I am actually a huge fan of, is just exceedingly nice. So I thought that her video uh, would, you know, use an anger translation where somebody actually just adds the swear words to it. But she is an extremely intelligent woman. I love her content. Make sure that you go check her stuff out. Kiana Docherty, and again, this video right now, I'm checking something real quick. Content. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right. That is not exactly how I thought it was going to turn out. I'm working on something on Rumble here. That is not what I wanted to do. Give me 1 second, guys. That's not the video I wanted. All right. Now I know how that doesn't necessarily work. I will fix that later. Anyway. All right. So, such a sweet person. Thank you very much. She's a great person. I know you're talking about her, not about me. But we are going to literally just go through her video. I have only watched a few minutes of her video because I just absolutely know that she's money, right? That she delivers almost every time. If Kiana Docherty does not do all of her research, like if something came up where I'm like, my God, that's a huge hole in her logic and research, I would like reach out to her to see if she's had a stroke recently, because that's how consistently on the money she is with her research. Now, I don't always agree with every single one of her her stances where her logical progression takes her, because I don't agree with just about anybody on where their logical progression takes them 100% of the time. I oftentimes do. I oftentimes think that she's somebody that sees it. Like, I think that there's a lot of people that realize, okay, obesity is bad for us, and it's bad for the person. It's bad, like all that it's bad for everybody. Blah blah blah. But I think she's one of the very few people besides me that sees, like, societally, this is massively dangerous. And I'm not speaking for her, of course, because I mean, we've spoken, but I don't know her by any stretch of imagination. And we've only exchanged a few messages where I literally tell her, like, hey, I did a video on you today. But here we go. We are going to discuss Kiana Docherty's, we're going to do an anger translation for Ozempic influencers must be stopped. So here we go. Damn it. I'm having a day. Ozempic influencers must be stopped. Boom. All right. So we're going to do that. We're going to listen to Kiana at 1.25 speed. And here we go.
Ozempic influencers. They've been around for approximately 5 minutes, and they're already as problematic as they sound.
And they really are. I've done a video on this before. We should not have pharmaceutical influencers. I'm just going to state that, like, literally out and out, like, from the beginning. We shouldn't even have pharmaceutical advertising. Like, pharmaceuticals are 100% of the time not 100% healthy. There's always a risk to every pharmaceutical, right? Always, because you are ingesting something that is a chemical. A lot of prescription medications are petroleum based. So just keeping that out there. It's a weird thing that our society will be like, plants and herbs, ooh, ick, and oh, let me, like, inject some oil into myself. It's very strange, very, very, very strange. But that's all marketing from the pharmaceutical industry and everything like that.
Next, what do sunscreen and pizza have in common? You're about to find out. Finally, an out-of-touch food industry CEO suggests you stop feeding your family chicken for dinner and offer them a bowl of sugar instead. All of that and more in today's edition of things I wanted to make a video about, but there isn't quite enough to make a full-length video. This is a new series where I'll cover topics that will make you want to change your behavior, or at least things that I found that made me stop and say, what the heck is going on here?
Well, that's awesome. I mean, trying to improve the behaviors of people to a healthier version, of course, that's amazing.
First up, TikTok is cracking down on Ozempic influencers and their underground marketing and promoting of obesity medications. And
so, first of all, the girl in the center that was doing this is the fucking goofiest fucking clown I think I've ever seen, just about. And all of them are getting paid, but not disclosing it. It's actually illegal. That's why they don't, like, I mean, it is an actual illegal thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that if you have somebody telling you, hey, take this medication, blah, 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 and you're stupid enough to not do your own research on the medication, buyer beware. I do think that it's kind of crazy that doctors then prescribe these to people. Like, this works absolutely backwards, right? Crystal and I were talking the other night, like there was a pharmaceutical advertisement on when we were watching a TV show, General Hospital. But best show on TV. But Team Sunny, by the way. Anyway, but a pharmaceutical commercial came on, and it just gave the initials of a disease I'd never heard of before. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And it was listing off all the normal things, like ask your doctor about this, and showing people all happy and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Right? And it was for, of course. So what I do, I don't know what they're talking about, it, but they made it seem amazing, right? So I was like, I wonder what this is for, right? And I go and look it up, and it's this illness that I've never heard of, and I'm going to say it in air quotes, that I've never heard of, that the symptoms were like feeling down and feeling tired and aches and pains and stuff like that, right? So then the person goes like, oh, I'm going to look that up because I don't know what it's about, but all these people seem happy. Oh shit, there's this disease that has aches and pains and this and that, blah, blah, blah. I must talk to my doctor about getting on this medication. And then the doctor's like, okay, like, we shouldn't be advertising for medications. If you need the medication, your doctor should just be fucking prescribing it to you and then telling you all of the possible ramifications, positive, negative, of taking that pharmaceutical, and the end road, meaning, are you going to be on this forever, or are you going to be on this just for a month, and what are the parameters of getting off of the medication? We shouldn't have pharmaceutical advertisement because we have doctors. Like, you as the patient shouldn't walk in and be like, hey doc, I'm wondering about this drug. That is not how that's supposed to fucking work at all whatsoever. It's disgusting to me that we actually are okay with it. It's crazy that we're okay with it. It's just a silliness, you know?
Not the FDA approved ones either. So Ozempic, Mounjaro, and other weight loss drugs are not only popular, they're viral. They might actually...
And they did that with controlling Hollywood, the media. How they make everything viral that they want you to consume is they make sure that people from Hollywood all use it and talk about how amazing it is. And then they buy off all of the media, because you better believe that when 75% of the ad revenue for places like YouTube and CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and all these mainstream media outlets, when 75% of their advertising revenue, which is basically 75% of their revenue, is from the pharmaceutical industry, that is a payoff. That they control those entities, right? Like, they control the media. So of course, that's why you saw every article talking about Ozempic in all of a sudden this hugely positive light, no matter what. It cures fucking everything. Meanwhile, it has suicidal ideation, you shit yourself, like so many fucking side effects. Pancreatitis, gastroparesis, your gallbladder damn near fucking blows the fuck out. I mean, I probably got 12 to 20 clients right now that have been on Ozempic that had to have their gallbladders taken out. It's fucking ridiculous.
Actually be the world's first trendy medication. And as a result, TikTok has
they try to make all medications trendy, and I was in the healthcare industry, so I think I see this a little bit more than her. Fen was massively trendy for a while. Shit, I mean, and then you look at all the other cosmetic stuff that's trendy. I mean, I would say the most trendy medication ever is Botox.
Emerge as a go-to hub for information on how to obtain GLP-1 drugs, such as Ozempic. That immediately raises some red flags.
This is a good one. Jardiance, Dancing in the Streets. Jardiance actually fucking has been known to fucking give people strokes and shit like that. Or wait, Jardiance was the one where your testicles actually start rotting from the inside out. You get like a fucking necrotizing fasciitis.
flags. So people are getting their information about a serious medication that you inject into your body from TikTok. And this has resulted in the evolution of an entirely new breed of influencer, the Ozempic influencer. So these influencers are people who are either currently on a GLP-1 medication or were previously on a GLP-1 medication and successfully lost weight. There are some who are on TikTok just sharing their experience with the medication, giving tips for dealing with it. Nothing wrong there. But then there's this whole other group who are more focused on spreading awareness of the drug. And by spreading awareness, I mean they are making serious bank off promoting it. At least they were, because now TikTok is trying to ban them from doing this and they're not happy about it. Taylor Hubler went to pull up TikTok on her phone one day last month and saw she was logged out. That's weird, she thought. She'd been continuously logged in for a couple of years.
Time to help people customize and...
Whoops. So she woke... TikTok will just remove your account. I've lost like 15 TikTok accounts. So, and I don't even post there that much.
3-year-old Oregon resident soon discovered that her account, where she posted about mom life and is paid to promote weight loss medications, had been banned by TikTok for violating its integrity and authenticity policy. New guidelines that will prohibit users from marketing weight loss products. The new rules do not allow facilitating the trade or marketing of weight loss or muscle gain products. So to break this down, these Ozempic influencers...
I didn't realize that they were even going towards weight loss and muscle gain. So that means that they're looking at the supplement industry too, which is, I mean, I don't really fucking use TikTok, so.
Are making a commission off of convincing people to take Ozempic. And not the name brand stuff either. Off-brand GLP-1 medication made by third-party companies and then sold by telehealth providers. So in other words, any person could just start promoting a medication and get paid for it. What? And get paid very well. Apparently some of these influencers are making up to $30,000 a month. Imagine how absurd it would be if there were Adderall influencers for ADHD or Zoloft influencers for...
Kiana, don't give these fucking people a goddamn idea. So like you're acting, because they're like, oh, we could fucking do that. Trust me, they will. And here shortly, the pharmaceutical industries will start laying more pressure upon places like YouTube and Instagram, and even Instagram, and even fucking whatchamacallit, even the TikTok, and they'll get them to bend the knee.
Depression. It's just wrong on so many levels. Also, I do have to say right now, I'm not comfortable on commenting on GLP-1 medications themselves at this point. If you know me, I like to be thorough, and I'd have to do a lot of research before I felt like sharing a public opinion on these medications. So I won't be commenting directly on that, but I don't need to do more research to know that the idea of Ozempic influencers is dystopian AF. Like, we're not.
It is. It's very strange. And I've done a lot of fucking research on them. And I don't in any way see that they're worth the money and the possible risk. I just don't. Most people lose 10 to 20% of their body mass in a year and a couple months, like to a year and 5 months, whether they're either on Ozempic, Wegovy, or on one of the trizepatides. 20% for a 300-pound person still leaves you morbidly obese. You're still 240 pounds, and now you're on this medication forever. You've lost 60 pounds in 72 weeks, if that's like the trizepatide average. You've lost 60 pounds in 72 weeks. It's not even a pound a week. That's fucking horrible for a 300-pound person. Just to put it out there, that's fucking horrible. I also have multiple clients that lost 0 weight on Wegovy. Zero weight. I have clients that started at 360 that were on Wegovy and on Ozempic, and shockingly enough, they are still at like 350 after a year of $1,300 a month. It's crazy. I like your message, but the delivery can repulse people who are in denial. So what's your aim behind such a delivery method? My aim behind such a delivery method is to talk how the fuck I ever want, and I don't give a fuck if you're too pussy ass of a pansy that you don't like it. Thank you for the tip. I'm not sure if you thought the tip was going to cause it so I wasn't going to actually just give you full barrels after you fucking critique me. Go start your own fucking channel and shut the fuck up.
Talking about being influenced into trying a new brand of nail polish, or even trying
fucking tens of thousands of people a day watch me, and fucking I've helped probably 100,000 people lose weight. What's the idea behind such a delivery method? To get the fucking point across so people don't just get pussied out of it. It's fucking crazy.
multivitamin. We're talking about a class of influencers getting paid to promote a drug, a medication. Like, I'm pretty sure every single medication comes with some risk of side effects. If we pull up Mounjaro here, they're pretty serious side effects. Warnings: Mounjaro may cause tumors in the thyroid, including thyroid cancer. Mounjaro may also cause serious side effects, including inflammation of the pancreas, pancreatitis, low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, serious allergic reactions, kidney problems, kidney failure, severe stomach problems, changes in vision, gallbladder problems. Oh, not to mention, the most common side effects of Mounjaro include nausea, diarrhea, decreased appetite, vomiting, constipation, indigestion, and stomach, abdominal pain. These are not all the possible side effects of Mounjaro. Talk to your healthcare provider about any side effect that bothers you or doesn't go away. So yeah, I feel like her dance moves maybe just don't adequately communicate the risks here. And immediately I thought of the
her stupid ass, silly ass fucking dance moves don't indicate the risk. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you there, Kiana. That was funny as fuck.
Contrast between this and what happens when you try to advertise a pharmaceutical on TV. If you're from North America, definitely from the States, you know exactly what I mean. When a drug company advertises a pharmaceutical on TV, you have the commercial portion, like the selling of the product. Then basically the rest of the ad is dedicated to the side effects. And sometimes that's then the ad part. And if you still have no...
Almost all the time. And then it still doesn't release all of the possible side effects. Like shit, if it would have been for the gene therapy that we used to combat a cold a couple years ago, that possible list is 9 pages long. 9 pages long in small font, in 12 font, 9 pages long. So they don't release all of them. They just release some of them.
No idea what I'm talking about. Let me show you. Exhibit A, an advertisement for Chantix, a medication that helps you quit smoking. I love how it's titled Chantix. This is an actual commercial.
Herb quit smoking with Chantix and support. Talk to your doctor about Chantix and a support plan that's right for you. If you notice agitation, hostility, depression, or changes in behavior, thinking, or mood that are not typical for you, stop taking Chantix and call your doctor right away. Depression or other mental health problems, which can get worse while taking Chantix. Have allergic or serious skin...
Hang on a second. No, sir, motherfucker. I genuinely wanted to know. The tip was because I've been following your channel and learned a lot. Noah has helped me control my side effects and depression. That's awesome. So I take the thank you, but you questioning my methods, you can fucking leave still. Like, you can get the fuck out. Like, here's what I find funny. Because this is how I clearly know that you meant it to be a dick. Because you yourself have been watching for a while by your own admission. So the delivery method kept your stupid ass here. So fuck off. Your own channel if you don't like my delivery method. All of a sudden, even though it kept you here for a long time. And it worked because you've lost weight. You just proved my point that the delivery method actually works. Because here you are losing weight with my products. You literally fucking punked yourself.
reactions to Chantix, some of which can be life-threatening. Trouble sleeping and vivid, unusual, or strange dreams. Use caution when driving or operating machinery.
The urges look like they used to be.
The ad just doesn't have the same persuasive power when 90% of it is dedicated to side effects. So drug companies have to put all that stuff in their ads because to put something on TV, you have to meet strict regulations because they are selling drugs. And these Ozempic influencers are not held to the same standard. They're not held to any standard at all. Other than this TikTok, and there's really no regulations. They can do whatever they want. The practice of boosting prescription drugs to consumers on social media falls into murky regulatory territory. Some lawmakers have raised...
Why is it murky? Some lawmakers have raised concern that influencers not giving consumers a full picture of the risks of the drugs which are injected. They're not, by any stretch of the fucking imagination. They're the influencers that they pay are going to make it seem like it's all fucking amazing.
Raise concerns that influencers are not giving consumers a full picture of the risk of the drugs which are injected. In another controversial practice, many influencers are using their own weight loss experiences to drum up sales of GLP-1 drugs that are imitations of brand name versions, made by compounding pharmacies and prescribed by telehealth companies. So the Ozempic influencers are showing off their weight loss and then essentially saying, this could be yours too if you click the link in my bio.
Right.
And it's clearly working. Look at this.
So one of the things I'm going to say is like the compounding places. Oh, give me a second. The compounding places, they're like the biggest beef against them is like, well, they're not FDA approved. They're not FDA approved. I'm just going to say this straight the fuck up. FDA approval does not mean safe nor effective. There was a drug on the FDA approved list for 50 fucking years that was recently just taken off of it. That was in over-the-counter medications. Over $1 billion had been made off of it over the course of the last 50 years. And they had to remove it because, very frankly, that showed that it was not even any more effective than placebo, after 50 fucking years that the FDA had approved it. The FDA recalls 25% of all drugs that they approve. It does not mean safe and effective.
More info, please. I'm interested. How do I get more info? Information, please. Only semaglutide, or do you have tirzepatide also? Which med do you suggest? My daughter is on semaglutide and is sick a lot. That last one is the most concerning. Why is this person asking this influencer about advice when her daughter is having health concerns? Not only are they not authorities, they are financially incentivized to get you to sign up for
This is true. Cigarettes and alcohol are FDA approved. Exactly.
this thing. And they can downplay or even omit the side effects and risks that might cause you to stop and think twice about it. The idea of people being influenced to take a medication is crazy. We're not talking
Very
about a multivitamin.
crazy.
We're talking about
It's not crazy. It's fucking stupid. I mean, oh, this person lost a bunch of weight. This average person on TikTok lost a bunch of weight. I should go talk to my doctor about this medication, and then my doctor will prescribe it to me. Like, people don't even think that, like, it's not even a thought anymore that the doctor will say no to them. Have you noticed that? Like, these fucking crazies are just like, oh, I'm going to talk to my doctor about my pain. I'm going to talk to my doctor about this. I'm going to talk to my doctor about that. And then they get the fucking prescription that they saw for a medication that they saw on TV or on TikTok or some stupid shit like that. It works backwards. There should be no advertisement for this shit. If you needed it, your doctor should fucking give it to you. If you needed it, your doctor would prescribe it to you. You going in, when they say, go ask your doctor about this drug, that should never fucking happen. That should not be a thing. You should sit, what's wrong with me? How do we treat it? Can we do anything that's not pharmaceutically based or surgical based? First and foremost, can I just change my fucking lifestyle, which should be the first thing that a doctor does? But they don't do that because they don't know fuck all about lifestyle at all. They're not even taught it. But to in any way fucking think that you should be able to just tell your doctor what prescription you want, just go to the fucking street corner and get the heroin, Sally. Just go to the street corner and get the heroin. Because that is what you're fucking basically doing. You're just walking up to a drug dealer and asking for drugs. That's 100% it. That's all there is to it.
about a brain-altering, hormone-altering medication that you inject into your stomach. Like, it's a serious decision. You swipe up, you see a cute pet video, then something trendy, and then someone trying to convince you to take a medication. There's also the entire problem of these telehealth companies themselves. They've popped up out of nowhere. Most of them have opened up in the last couple of years, and they are making a killing selling off-brand GLP-1 medications through influencers like these. It's this entire underground economy being propped up and monetized through TikTok. So in my opinion,
and they're not disclosing that they're getting paid for it. That's the worst part. They're not disclosing it. Like Anna. Anna didn't disclose that she was actually getting paid by the Wegovy people. She just went on their podcast.
And this is a really dangerous scene. Whatever diet culture was when I was growing up, I feel like this is a lot worse. It kind of feels like a more dangerous version of MLM marketing. Like, it's like all the moms who would usually be busy selling essential oils just kind of shifted over to medications on TikTok. And for a very extreme example of exactly what can go wrong in this type of situation, just last month, a New York TikToker was charged with selling Ozempic and other misbranded weight loss drugs that cause significant life-threatening injuries. Yeah, someone is recently arrested and looking at 25 years in prison because they were selling Ozempic themselves, like not through a telehealth company themselves. I don't know where they got it from, but they were taking orders on TikTok and then shipping out the product from their own home. And then whatever they,
of course they were, because there's no rules in the woke world. There's no rules about shit like that. Oh wait, there are. They just don't listen to them.
So people was tainted with some sort of bacteria that resulted in people getting lesions all over their body. But here's the thing: this TikTok crackdown hasn't caused these influencers to reconsider their life choices.
Damn. I am so sorry to hear that, JM Wolf. But yeah, there was a new study done that there was a certain, it's like a stroke of, like it's called an optic stroke or something like that, that's becoming fairly prevalent for people that take these medications. So a lot of people are starting to develop very serious eyesight difficulties from taking these meds.
Not at all. Instead, they're just finding ways to skirt the rules. The first thing Taylor Hubler did after her account was banned was to start a new one. I felt like that's where I had my friends, people I felt safe with, she said.
Yeah.
She plans to talk about GLP-1 in a very specific way, but isn't yet sure how. Maybe she will tell users to check my link in my bio about this company, she said. And another said, we've all had to start talking in code out of fear that TikTok will remove posts with certain terms.
Oh, gee, I wonder what that's like. You can't actually say the shit that's true, or you can't actually like say your opinion without being removed. I wonder what that's like. Oh, wait. Yeah, I happen to know. Because that's what fucking happened to me for 4 fucking years. I work for a clinic that offers depths for diabetes management and nutrition classes for the patients would rather get Ozempic. Yep, of course. And yeah, I remember the groomers from Canada stating in a video that they were about to send hormones to underage kids. Crazy. And my stepdad is on Ozempic, and he has no lean muscle mass and couldn't go to the zoo the one day without shedding his pants and needing to go home. Shitting, I believe you were about to say, which is horrible. I feel bad for your dad.
Like this one here. You can see here it says, but we will still find ways to advocate. What do you guys...
Advocating for fucking what? Advocating for being on a medication for the entirety of the rest of your fucking life, being a slave to the pharmaceutical industry. You're advocating to be a fucking slave, you horrible ass fucking person. I know that that people think I'm not a nice person, and I'm okay with that because I'm not a nice person. I'm nice to the people that are in my circle. That is the amount of niceness I can come up with. But I at least tell you the fucking truth, and I try to get you to be healthy. I try to get you to get enough hydration, to mindfully eat about your food, to minimize your ultra-processed food. Notice how not one of these ladies talks about ultra-processed foods. If you go and see all these Ozempic influencers, they all still eat like shit, like complete shit. So it's fucking incredible to me.
Advocating for your bank account. So yeah, I think I'm on TikTok's side with this one. Ban them up. Hit him.
Kiana with a little bit of snark there. I like it, Kiana.
With the bans. This is a situation where people need to weigh the pros and cons, not on social media. Ideally with someone very knowledgeable, such as a medical professional, and not through being influenced.
Those of us who are on the app know different. Shh.
Next,
you're gonna ruin my reputation.
let them eat flakes. Kellogg CEO says poor families should consider cereal for dinner.
The cereal category has always been quite...
Yeah! Alan is waiting. I'm finally losing weight these last 30 pounds and no longer making excuses. Burn! Fuck yeah, great job, Kat. And real quick, I'll answer the Spider's question. Would you say fish is healthier than red meat, Alan, even though I am a bit supportive of steaks? Nope, I would not. I would not. Grass-fed, grass-finished red meat is the healthiest food probably ever, next to eggs.
Quite affordable, and it tends to be a great... and consumers are under pressure. So
now you may have already heard this story. It's a few months old now, but I needed a chance to talk about it because it is wild. Let me know in the comments if you mind that it's an older story, if you only want recent stuff, or if it matters to you at all. The multimillionaire chief executive officer of the US food processing giant Kellogg's, a man named Gary Pilnick, has drawn scorn from some quarters after...
Which, by the way, Kellogg's is the reason why most of you people feel you need to eat breakfast. Just like Kellogg's, Andrew Kellogg invented breakfast cereal and therefore invented breakfast and saying it was the most important meal of the day. And that's the reason why a lot of people think that breakfast food is all processed carbohydrate food. That's the 100% reason. It was this major fucking push to get people to eat multiple times a day. In reality, most people do not have the caloric expenditure in a given day to justify eating 3 meals plus a snack in a day. Most of you that eat 3 meals and a snack in a day are either fat now or getting fat or going to end up fat, because eventually your caloric expenditure will go down. And if you are eating 3 meals plus a snack a day, 3 full-size meals, if you're eating 2,500 calories in a given day, most of the time you are going to be overweight. Most of the time that's going to end you up somewhere around, unless you are very active, somewhere around 220 to 240 pounds. That's just reality. Like, I work out for an hour a day I'm a muscular, probably 190-pound male right now. And muscular, not that muscular. I'm more muscular than the average dude because I'm bigger than the average dude. But I eat 2, maybe 1.5 times a day. Like, I have like a larger protein meal, and then I have a snack, a larger protein snack, just about too. So reality is, if when I'm always amazed. Like, if you eat more than me and don't actually hit it the way I hit it, why are you surprised you're fat?
After recently suggesting that families with strained finances could cope by eating cereal for dinner.
In general, the cereal category is a place that a lot of folks might come to because the price of a bowl of cereal with milk and with fruit is less than $1. So you can imagine why a consumer under pressure might find that to be a good place to go.
The audacity of the
Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake.
food industry never ceases to amaze me. I bet you Gary hasn't...
Hang on. Victoria, I have lost 8 pounds since July 7th. 290 to 282 just by imagining you swearing at me when I'm choosing between bread and broccoli. I will keep asking myself, what would Alan say until I hit 135? Victoria, that's fucking awesome. Everybody congratulate Victoria, which, by the way, folks, we do have a couple slots open for our month-to-month coaching. So here you go. Let me grab you the link. This way you can go straight to it. And give me 1 second. We'll just do it this way. Here is the link to our month-to-month coaching. Please take us up on that. We'll probably be running a special around my birthday, but that's not for a little bit yet. I wanted to get to this one too. I queued this up. My uncle had a GI bleed believed to be because of Ozempic. He had an HCB of 3.0. Oh. Was in the ICU a couple days. I'm super fucking happy he lived. Super happy, Maggie. Wow. That's fucking horrific. Horrific.
Eaten a bowl of his own product in a very long time, let alone fed it to his children for dinner. And here's the thing. In general, ultra-processed food brands tend to profit when the economy...
Oh, yeah. I lost 63 pounds this last year by fixing my overeating and sedentary lifestyle. I'm back in normal BMI now and have joined a gym and found a love for exercise, working on building some lean mass. Paula fucking rocks. Everybody congratulate that woman. That's fucking great, Paula. Fucking fabulous. No shit. You should be so proud of yourself.
Economy isn't doing well. The idea is that food is an affordable treat or a pick-me-up that people are still willing to spend money on when things are tight. So Kellogg cereal isn't the only company making money off of the current unfortunate economic situation. But none of the other companies went and said that part out loud.
Yeah. None of the other companies said, just eat our fucking cereal for dinner, you fucking poor ass fucking peasants. Like, that's what it was. Like, it's like, you know what? Since all you motherfuckers are poor, eat my cereal. Make me more money, bitches. Like, that's what it sounded like. I don't know why he had that accent all of a sudden. It was just whoever was controlling the accents in the ADHD brain gave them a very weird accent. I don't know why.
The most inconsiderate and condescending way possible.
The cereal category has always been quite affordable, and it tends to be a great destination when consumers are under pressure. So
yeah, because nothing says great destination when a consumer's under pressure because of financial problems to eat shit that's going to cause you very serious financial problems because your health's going to fucking crap the fuck out. Good. Yeah, good. Definitely replace the fucking ground meat with the fucking highly processed fucking cereal, you fucking asshole.
some of the things that we're doing is first messaging. We got to reach the consumer where they are. So we're advertising a cereal for dinner. If you think about the cost of cereal, that's going to be much more affordable.
Don't these guys get like media training or something? Kellogg's PR people watching this must have been like, Gary.
Yes, they do, Kiana. They do get media training. But here's the thing. In the last 5-6 years, people have gone unfucking checked with the shit they say. People like him have gone unfucking checked. That's how they feel comfortable saying this shit. They feel so far above the peasants that they're like, hey, well, we could just give the peasants cereal. Let them eat cake. That's how out of touch they are. Let them eat cake. That's how out of touch these fucking people are, right? So yes, they do have media training. They just don't give a fuck about it because they've been able to do whatever the fuck they wanted for the last 6 years, 5 years.
Gary, no. And it's funny, Kellogg's print and TV ads advertising cereal for dinner don't mention anything about people being under pressure financially. The ads instead say things like, are the kids tired of chicken? Then try cereal for dinner.
Cereal.
Dinner! Dinner!
Chicken!
You can have the night off, chicken.
Probably because people don't
Because I'm a shitty mom and I'm going to feed my kid a bunch of fucking sugar right before they go to fucking bed. You horrible ass lady. I mean, I know she's just an actress,
to
but damn.
multi-billion-dollar companies being like, real food too expensive, struggling to make ends meet. Sounds like you just might be desperate enough to try feeding your kids our nutrient-devoid, sugar-laden flakes of refined carbohydrate for dinner. This clip
Yeah, that was much nicer than how I said it.
of Gary saying this was posted on a channel meant for investors into Kellogg's, shareholders, not customers. And it's here where we can see what these companies really think of us. Being that Gary is perfectly comfortable admitting that Kellogg's sees families struggling to feed their children as dollar signs, to the point that they don't even care to hide it. And not just people, mind you, their own customers. At one point, the customer was king, as they say, and everything that these companies did was to please the customer. But if you look around at the products and services available today, that has been true for a very long time. Now, the shareholder is king, and some companies do not care if you know it.
I'm all for innovation and marketing, but the idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way?
He's like, yep, but I don't care. That's literally, he was like, yeah, it is. But we don't care because they're poor and they're going to fucking try to feed themselves any fucking way they can. That's literally, he's like, but they have no choice.
We don't think so. In fact, it's landing really well right now, Carl.
Oh, you think it is? You think it is? You think it's landing really well right now? Yeah. Maybe you should fire the person that's fucking, telling you that because it didn't go over all that well. This is a couple months old. It did not go over that well. What's the next thing she talks about, by the way? Why is the titanium dioxide in our food? I'm going to save that for later. I'm actually going to encourage all of you. To go watch the rest of her video because I think that I want everybody to go subscribe to her, watch her video. She's amazing. Very well done. Kiana, thank you, by the way. But I wanted to let everybody know tonight, Mark Loebline and I are going to have a special guest on Evening Rants. We are going to have a gentleman that goes by the name Top Lobster on X with a decent sized following. And he insists that Trump faked this whole thing, that Trump somehow faked everything that happened this past Saturday. So please do join me tonight on Evening Rants here on X, Rumble, and Spreely. Not on YouTube. Fuck YouTube. But please join me where we talk to somebody who literally thinks that Trump faked it. He didn't actually, it's a total fake. So please join us then. That will be a lot of fun. I hope to see you all there. My name is Alan Roberts. I will be back tomorrow. I hope you all have a great goddamn day. And one more time, here is where you can get our month-to-month coaching. We have a few slots available, and we would love to help you get to your healthy weight, stay there, build the healthy habits you need. It's daily communication, video conferencing. We help adjust your lifestyle just bit by bit by bit by focusing on satiation, satisfaction, appropriate fitness level activity, proper hydration, sleep, stress relief. So please check it out. My name's Alan Roberts. God damn.